Live from the CBS Broadcast Center in Philadelphia, this is CBS 3 Eyewitness News on the CW Philly.
I'm thankful nobody got hurt. We're thankful. And we declare things just got better.
Tonight at 10, emotional words from a West Philadelphia pastor after he watched a fire destroy his historic church. Chopper 3 up live over the scene, bringing us an aerial view of Greater Bible Way Temple Church as firefighters continue to spray the scene for any remaining hot spots. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jessica Cartalia.
And I'm Yuki Washington. The large fire engulfed the historic church this afternoon. Flames shot into the air and thick smoke filled the Parkside neighborhood.
Some 100 firefighters rushed to the scene just before 3 this afternoon on the 1400 block of North 52nd Street.
And we have live team coverage on this devastating fire. Let's begin with Kimberly Davis. Kim?
Yuki and Jess, good evening. Just hot spots remain, and it's still unclear on what caused this 3-alarm fire. It's still too hot for crews to go inside to inspect.
In an old building like this, we're worried about collapses. So there are parts of the building that have already collapsed into it. We have parts of the building collapse out into the street.
A blaze so hot, firefighters were not able to get inside the historic church on the 1400 block of North 52nd Street in West Philadelphia. Flames broke out at the Greater Bible Way Temple just before 3 Tuesday afternoon. It only took firefighters 3 minutes to get to the fire, but by that time, the damage started to take a toll on the house of worship.
It's a heavy volume of fire in this church, and again, we understand it's an historic building, so you can see we're doing our absolute best to save as much of it as we can. It's a very high risk and dangerous situation.
Councilwoman Janie Blackwell represents this district and was on the scene of the firefight.
They had workers on the roof who were working, and a fire started out of that situation. And they tried to do what they could to get it out, and of course it was too big, too fast, and the fire department was pulled in. One
person was rushed to the hospital. The extent of their injuries is unclear, but what is clear is the impact the church had on the community.
It's very devastating. As you see, it's at a pivotal location. There's so many people right here in this neighborhood who attend this church.
Roads have reopened around this area. A lot of crews have left, but fire officials will remain on scene throughout the evening. We're live in West Philadelphia. I'm Kimberly Davis, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Our team coverage continues now with Greg Argos. And Greg, the members of this church community are really leaning on their faith tonight.
Jessica, that's exactly right. It's really all they can do right now. We're talking some 8 hours after this blaze started, and you can see fire officials still throwing water on this historic church. A brief hymn sung by the congregants who've gathered, watching their beloved church destroyed.
I'm thankful nobody got hurt.
Bishop Benjamin Peterson, the leader at Greater Bible Way Temple, stunned after a 3-alarm fire ravaged the building. He's simply giving thanks no one died.
We're thankful, and we declare things just got better.
The roof burning a little bit.
Viewer video shows what appears to be a worker with a propane tank on the lower level roof. Seconds later, with the roof now on fire, the bishop himself can be seen bringing a ladder to that man. The two were then able to get to the ground.
Save the church!
Within minutes, the first fire trucks arrive, but already some working nearby, acting as first responders.
It's just sad, man. And to be so close to that and to see that happen like that, unbelievable.
Presley Gordy normally sells household goods near the church. He says the rectory next door had been converted to apartments, and he helped evacuate those living inside.
I ran over there. I told the people get out. Then I ran inside, tried to get the people out.
Someone called me and told me it was on fire, and I just rushed home.
Dorothy Thomas is one of the tenants. She's glad no one is hurt, but is concerned for her cat.
Praying, yes, because my windows are open. I'm worried about all the smoke.
Smoke that engulfed a staple in this West Philly community, maiming what was once a place so many gathered to worship.
To see that happen so close is a tragedy.
And you're taking a live look from Chopper 3 right now here at the scene. Such devastation to this church. The big question tonight is exactly what caused this fire. We've seen ATF agents here earlier. They will start investigating as soon as it's safe to enter the building. Meanwhile, the Salvation Army and the Red Cross are here tonight helping out those displaced. I'm live here in West Philadelphia. Greg Argos, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Greg, thank you. And stay right here with CBS 3 Eyewitness News for continuing coverage and updates on the church fire, both on air and on CBSPhilly.com.
A 3-alarm fire tore through part of a condo building in South Jersey. A firefighter was injured and almost 24 families are not in their homes tonight. Chopper 3 was overhead as flames swept through the building on Auburn Court in Mount Laurel this afternoon. Viewer video shows flames engulfing a condo in the middle of the building before the flames spread to both sides. Keith Gray is thankful he, his wife, and their 8-year-old son are safe. He was allowed back in to get his 3 cats.
Trying to do is just be positive for the neighbors who have lost everything. Trying to remind them that the things that were lost were materials. Those things can be replaced.
The firefighter suffered heat exhaustion. The cause of the fire has not been determined.
Rapper Meek Mill will not serve any more time in prison. Today, after a more than 10-year legal battle, he struck a deal with prosecutors. Mill pleaded guilty to a single misdemeanor count of the possession of a firearm. The rapper was entangled in a decade's worth of probation and got sent to state prison for technical violations, including popping a wheelie. 5 months into his incarceration, an appellate court intervened and ordered him to be freed on bail, which gave rise to the Free Meek movement.
It is a case that, while it is not about someone who was completely innocent, is about someone who was punished excessively. It's about processes that lacked integrity and, in my opinion, were unfair.
I will continue to do what I do with the reform movement and help the people that help me. So I thank y'all. Thanks for coming out and standing for me 1,000%.
Meek Mill is now going on tour. He'll be in Chicago this weekend and here in our area in Camden on September 13th.
We are less than 24 hours from Tropical Storm Dorian making landfall in Puerto Rico. So far, the storm has caused flooding and downed trees in Martinique. The National Hurricane Center says Dorian has maximum sustained winds of 50 miles an hour. The Puerto Rico Electric Power Authority announced tonight the main transformers on the island are in good condition ahead of Dorian's landfall. Meteorologist Lauren Casey is tracking Dorian, and she joins us now to talk about Dorian's path and strength. Lauren?
Thanks so much, Yuki. Yeah, we'll get a new update from the National Hurricane Center at 11 o'clock, so in just about an hour. But getting a look on our satellite imagery of Tropical Storm Dorian, its progression over the last 12 hours. It was disrupted a little bit as it passed over the Lesser Antilles, moving off to the west-northwest. But you can see regaining some of that convection and organization as it emerges once again over the open waters, where you see those bright reds. Those are the most tall and strong thunderstorms in association with this tropical system, pushing its way up here as a U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. And we'll take a look at the forecast track wind speeds, as Yuki mentioned, sustained at 50 miles per hour, motion off to the west-northwest at 13 miles per hour. Dorian will likely make a landfall on the island of Puerto Rico sometime tomorrow afternoon as a strong tropical storm traverse over the island, where it will experience some weakening, then re-emerging over the very warm waters of the Atlantic, re-strengthening likely as it approaches the Florida Peninsula to near hurricane strength as we head into the upcoming Labor Day weekend. 70 miles per hour, that could change, but 74 miles per hour would be hurricane strength. But getting a live look at Center City, Philadelphia, closer to home, all is quiet right now. Had some clouds around, breaks in the cloud deck to take us into the evening hours. Temperatures have fallen back into the 60s, southeasterly winds at around 5 miles per hour. So we'll talk about humidity on the rise tonight. A rain chance returns tomorrow, and of course that Labor Day weekend preview. All that's coming up in just a few.
All right, Lauren, thank you.
The Phillies are playing the Pittsburgh Pirates tonight at Citizens Bank Park.
Now, before the game, the Phillies honored Philadelphia police and SWAT officers involved in a gun battle 2 weeks ago in the Nicetown Tioga section of the city. Alexander Hoff reports on the ceremony and the message to the community from these heroes.
South Philadelphia buzz the way it does before any Phillies game. And in that smiling flurry, it might be easy to forget that about 10 miles north, less than 2 weeks ago, the whole city just stopped.
We're blue-collar guys that go to work every day, just like everybody else.
On August 14th, police say that suspect Maurice Hill shot 6 police officers before barricading himself and hostages, including 2 officers, inside of a home in Nicetown, Tioga. The almost 8-hour standoff ended with no further injuries, and all of the injured Philadelphia police officers were able to return home.
You have your family at home, and then you have your family that's blue.
Absolutely. So true.
This evening is not so much about reminiscing, but gratitude. Before the start of the game, narcotics officer Sean Parker, who suffered a graze wound to the head in the standoff, tossed out a pitch.
I was quite nervous having to throw out that ball, and everybody's telling me what you just went through, and you're nervous for throwing a ball.
On the field, injured officers and select SWAT team members were honored by the Phillies and earned a standing ovation from fans. Last week, officers were honored similarly by the Eagles. All chances for the city to say thank you.
I'd go right back to that house tonight if I had to, and I'd go right back anywhere I have to be. I'm going to heal up, and I'm going to be a cop, and I'm going to retire a cop. It's just who I am.
The Philadelphia Union also plans to honor the officers this weekend. Reporting live from Citizens Bank Park, Alexandria Hoff, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Alex, thank you. Quite the low for a thief.
A man rips the poor box right off the wall of a local church. The story when we come back.
An employee turns the tables on a would-be robber. Some new information tonight about a deadly store shooting.
Also, a surprising find by researchers right here in Philadelphia. Scientists think a high-fat diet during pregnancy could be a good thing. The reason why, on the other side. Authorities say a store employee who shot and killed a would-be robber will not be charged. The Philadelphia District Attorney's Office tells Eyewitness News that it reviewed this surveillance video and agrees with the police department that the employee was acting in, quote, legally justifiable self-defense. The shooting happened yesterday afternoon at the Metro PCS store near 70th and Elmwood in southwest Philadelphia. A Pemberton man is charged with murder tonight, and police say he buried the victim's body in the Pine Barrens. Authorities say 55-year-old Charles McGee killed an acquaintance, 48-year-old William Klein Jr. Klein was last seen on the 20th of August. Authorities say McGee then buried Klein's body in the Pine Barrens near Whitesbog Village. The grave was discovered by someone riding a motorcycle on Saturday. Philadelphia police need help identifying a man who was seen on camera stealing from a church. Surveillance video captured the suspect entering St. Dominic's Church in the city's Holmesburg neighborhood last Friday afternoon. Now, in the video, you can see the man pull a collection box right off the wall. He then puts the box under his jacket and walks out.
Bad karma. Tonight, a local school is missing $30,000 worth of electronics. Take a look at this surveillance video. Police say two burglars entered Germantown Friends School on West Coulter Street two different times this month. They took 16 computers, 2 televisions, a desktop computer, and an iPad. The school says the campus is staffed in the overnight hours with security guards, but somehow the burglars went unnoticed.
Lori Loughlin and husband Massimo Giannulli say they will keep their attorneys despite potential conflicts raised by prosecutors. The couple ignored questions as they left the court hearing in Boston today. They will be represented by the same law firm, even though it could potentially threaten their case should any conflicts arise between the two. Prosecutors say the couple paid $500,000 to a fake charity to get their 2 daughters into the University of Southern California. Both have pleaded not guilty.
On the Health Watch tonight, new research about preventing Alzheimer's disease. Scientists at Temple University say your diet during pregnancy could make a difference. They looked at the diet of mice. Those fed a high-fat diet during pregnancy had offspring with better learning and memory skills. The offspring also had lower levels of amyloid beta, an abnormal protein associated with Alzheimer's disease. The Consumer Product Safety Commission is recalling nearly 6 million children's water bottles made by Contigo. Officials say the clear silicone cap can detach, posing a choking hazard for children. Consumers are urged to throw away these caps and contact the company for a free replacement lid.
Lauren Casey joins us now with a forecast, and after some autumn-like days, she said Mother Nature's knocking on the door and saying,
hi, it's August, remember? So it's coming back tomorrow. It's coming on back. But yeah, we had 5 days in a row of 70-degree high temperatures, and we do have a cool evening in progress right now, but starting to feel that muggy factor creeping back in. Getting a live look at Center City, Philadelphia, beautiful Logan Square, the fountain's going, but temperatures, they are cool. We have fallen back into the 60s after yet another day with high temperatures only in the 70s. We're at 69 in Philadelphia. We're still in the 70s, though, in the Lehigh Valley. Some 50 50s in the Poconos, and still up a milder night down the shore, up around 70 degrees in AC and 70 in Wildwood. Also on the rise are the dew points. Dew points now in the mid 60s at many of our reporting sites. So yeah, that humidity factor is creeping back in, and dew points are up about 5 to 7 degrees over the last 24 hours, and they will continue to rise as we head throughout the overnight period, eventually up to near 70 degrees throughout the day tomorrow. So you're going to feel that humidity back in effect, but then conversely dropping right back down again, about 20 degrees as we head into Thursday. Dew points stay in the 50s and even upper 40s as we head into the upcoming weekend. So feeling nice, dry and comfortable, and even potentially crisp with those dew points in the 40s on Saturday. Overnight tonight, though, we're mostly cloudy. A spotty shower is possible. Most of us stay dry. Overnight low not as cool, dropping back to 67 degrees. And then for our day tomorrow, back up closer to average 84 degrees with, yes, it's returning, that chance of a scattered downpour or thunderstorm. It's been a nice break, but we knew it had to come back. Storm Scan 3 showing us quiet conditions right now. Do have some patchy clouds in place, otherwise dry conditions. Checking in, panning down to the south. This is Tropical Depression number 6, just kind of meandering around, moving very slowly at around 7 miles per hour. It could briefly, for about a day, become Tropical Storm Aaron. Then it will transition to an extratropical system, gain some speed, and then move on out to sea. Future weather showing us closer to home as we head into the morning hours. Clouds still around, mainly dry for your commute, but we could see some showers developing even before lunchtime, especially across South Jersey and the shore. As we head into the afternoon hours, we'll start to see some downpour activity, scattered in nature, and then as a cold front makes an approach as we head into the late afternoon and evening hours, we'll see more scattered activity, initiating a few thunderstorms as well. And then as we head into the second half of the evening, all of that activity winding down or drying out and clearing out as we head into tomorrow night. And then Thursday, beautiful sunshine is returning. But down the shore tomorrow, watching out for some showers around. Temperatures on the sand a bit warmer, though, upper 70s and low 80s. We've taken the rip current threat down from high to moderate. We lose that onshore wind flow tomorrow, but still, if you do plan to take a dip, you need to be vigilant because of that moderate risk of rip currents as we head into Thursday. Beautiful conditions, sunshine, comfortable once again. Friday looks awesome for Summerfest, sunshine 87 degrees. And then as we head into the upcoming Labor Day weekend, look at that. Sunshine, drying conditions, temperatures in the low to mid 80s, but we could see a storm on Monday.
Made in America looking pretty good.
Oh, looks so good.
All right. Okay, Lauren, thanks so much.
Should be out there getting turned.
Turned up? Never.
Pulling out all the cards.
I know you are.
We're talking baseball tonight. She definitely tried to deny it. The fans were antsy tonight. Another game between the Phils and Pirates comes down to the final outs. Plus, an injury for Deshaun Jackson. What happened to the Eagles wideout, and how much time could he miss? Sports coming up next.
Driving down Broad Street can be a little tricky, especially with people parking in the median in South Philly.
But one car cruising down Broad turned a few heads. Check out the real low rider. Driving right in the middle of traffic. Temple student Corbin Weaver shares this video on Instagram for everybody. It looks like that man is driving a child's electric car and changing lanes. No big deal.
Looks like a Power Wheels. Remember those?
Yeah. How fast are they going?
Speed bump.
20, 25.
How fast those things go?
That is hustling. Look, it's keeping up with traffic.
You're right. I think that is a good, like, 15, 20 miles an hour.
Is it blinking lights?
Nice convertible.
Got that top down. What up, though?
Digging the scene with the gangster lean. Thanks for watching Eyewitness News on the CW Philly. For Lauren, Kate, who's off, Don, everyone here. I'm Yuki Washington.
I'm Jessica Cartali. We're always on at CBSPhilly.com. Have a great night. We'll see you at 11 over on CBS 3.